Hello guys, again still on the first part, introducing the Ichimoku Kinko Hio indicator, and this is the overall interpretation. The second part, the second recording for the overall interpretation, because I would like to be as clear as possible on this part. So the overall interpretation is that price, when it's hitting the cloud, should at the first time, at the first instance, should find resistance if price is coming from the downside, or support when price is coming from the upside. Also, in terms of the Ichimoku elements, the Kinjun and Tenkan cross, as you can see, let's say in free translation, the cross between the blue and the red line here is being viewed as a bullish or a bearish signal. For example, this is being, let me try to mark a couple of them. This is being considered as being a bearish cross because the Tenkan crosses the Kinjun line from the upside to the downside and below the cloud, and there you go, this is a bearish cross. Of course, the vice versa or the opposite is true as well. Whenever you are having a cross to the upside, for example like this is being considered the bullish cross for the Kinjun and Tenkan. And let me try to see another example. This is a bearish cross. So whenever Kinjun is being crossed by Tenkan, or whenever the Tenkan intersects with the Kinjun, if the price is finding itself above the cloud, it is being considered a bearish cross, and if price is finding itself below the cloud, it should be considered a bullish cross. Another thing to take into consideration when looking at the Ichimoku Kinko Hio, of course, is the Kinko, the green line here. Now you might wonder why this green line here is important, what to look for when looking at it, and why it is being shifted 26 periods back in history, and why is that important for any trader. Well, looking at this green line here, it should be interpreted, the normal interpretation is that anything that is above the green line, so anything that is above the green line here in a downward trend means resistance. Take a look here. So the Kinko comes here, hits the candle, so the candles here is the first line of resistance. Until price comes from the downside here to the upside here, so from a bearish environment here, let's write that this is a bearish environment here. So until price comes from the bearish environment here onto the bullish environment here, basically it is having 5 different let's say obstacles to be crossed, or to be let's say to be left behind. And the first obstacle is the price, so in front of the Kinko. Okay, so the first obstacle in front of the Kinko is the price. Let's write here that this is the price. Then the very next one, of course, is the Tenkan line, the red line. Then the Kinjun line. Then in the bearish environment, then it should be considered the cloud, the base of the cloud. And then of course the top of the cloud here. So again, in order for price to make the transition from bearish environment into a bullish environment here, the Kinko needs to cross 5 different obstacles, 5 different resistances on its way to the upside. Without doing that, it is impossible to look at the trending market and the bearish environment, the bearish let's say setup, or the bearish premise will stay with the price. Each and every one out of these 5 elements, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so the price, the Tenkan, the Kinjun, the base of the cloud, and the top of the cloud, the base, not the base, so the base of the cloud. Each and every one of these elements represent a resistance for price. Now, under our project here, we will have different strategies to be employed when price is trending. It can be trending in a bearish environment, it can be trading in a bullish environment, and of course we'll have some strategies for the transitory cycle. The transitory cycle is the cycle is what is happening with price between the bearish and the bullish environment. Coming back to the actual price here, so being a stance of equilibrium, let's say at a glance, so the equilibrium is being given by the actual price here, shifted 26 periods backwards. We have the Kinko. Let's try to measure the exact 26 periods. So at the Kinko here, and of course 26 periods forward, the Senko A and the Senko B project the cloud forward in time. So this is why the Ichimoku Kinko here, it is being called a state of equilibrium at a glance, because this is an equilibrium between future price section and past price section. So if history is an indicator of future price movements, then this is what we should take into consideration. Stay tuned please for the next recording, as we are trying to go into more details regarding the Ichimoku Kinko here and how to trade binary options based on it.